2 years late, but I mean, I don't really care. I wanted to play some basketball. I'm playing against the Suns. Wait, let me turn down this. No.
We are live in Phoenix,
yeah,
Arizona, as the Suns are about to go into this
I'm a
interconference
starter,
contest.
and I'm 69
Mucho
overall.
gusto,
Let's
and
get
welcome to Noche Latina on 2K Sports. From the jerseys to the food to the halftime entertainment tonight, a distinctive Latin flavor. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
I'm point guard, you already know.
You look at the Nets. In second to last place in the East, nothing's come easy for them this season.
And they've only played them once this season, but that win should give them some confidence heading into tonight, their final matchup.
And guys, a chance to sweep the season series here.
Come on, Brooke, let's go.
That motivation goes both ways. They'll have to come ready to play, and I expect they will.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Flash, he's in at the point.
Yeah,
Young is out there with Brooke Lopez. Then it's Henderson, and it's Sampson in at the small forward. Knight grabs the board. For the Phoenix Suns, they come into this one following a loss to Oklahoma City.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
And the official foul
and
on
when
the
you
shot.
already know.
The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Brooklyn shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year.
Come on, don't do them.
Not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Nets?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
Morris, no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's
out on him.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I briefly spoke with Jeff Hornacek. Though they lost the first meeting against this team this year, coach isn't worried about what they can do on the offensive side of things, saying,
"Oh my God, nope, nope."
But I still think we can put up a lot of points on this team and get a win. We just need to make sure the ball is moving. Not as easy as it sounds, though, always, guys.
Okay, Doris, well, the offensive approach, a primary force in the game plan today, guys.
Yeah, they are out to put up a big number today, and I think they can do it.
Well, that certainly seems to be the goal.
And one,
it could be
and
a
one,
shootout
come on.
If their plans come to fruition.
Now, here's Bledsoe, following the miss by Brooke Lopez.
Come on.
Tipped away. And here we go, fast break. Henderson's got it.
And one, what?
And
that should have been a freaking foul.
On the offensive glass, getting it done.
Come on.
Henderson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh my God.
Knight passes to Bledsoe. That's good. The assist that time from Knight.
No,
he can be a
stop
weapon
talking and go hard.
if he gets going early from long range.
Here's Flash, coming off a solid outing against the Lakers. And the layup falls.
Yeah.
Flash has got his first points of the night.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Here's Bledsoe.
Out here.
Over in the corner, Warren.
Rick.
The feed now to Morris.
Come on.
Now in the scoring column with that deuce.
That wasn't even my dude. I was supposed to be guarding.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running
and
game
one,
in football.
And one.
When you can
pound
the basketball
where's the
inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really
Come
solid.
on.
Suns trail by 3. Here's Knight. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Come on.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely
on, Skip.
done.
Okay, I don't care. Come on.
A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Leonard, he's checked in for... The Suns shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Otto Porter Jr. out there with Laverne. And it's Leonard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Flash. Pass to Lopez. Feeds it to Vasquez. Here's Flash.
Oh,
good
my
with
God.
The triple. And it's Phoenix's ball. Trailing by 2. Next up will be a home game
Get out
matched
of
up
here.
against the Pacers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Out left to the wing. Lopez a screen. Flash passes to Hollis Jefferson. The second chance effort.
Yeah.
And Lopez with the nice bucket inside. Lopez has got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Hollis Jefferson.
Yeah!
Down it goes.
Come on,
Dunked
Hollis,
through
let's
off
go.
A wonderful assist.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball.
Oh, my
at both
God.
ends.
And he
Crap.
gets it to go.
No.
Bledsoe's
All right.
got 5 points so far.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Flash, guarded by Bledsoe.
Cash.
And that
Let's
one's
go.
good by Lopez.
Just such a good shooter from the
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Here's
Assist.
Hollis. Oh!
Yeah.
Did you see that? Man, oh,
Yeah. Come on.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Let's go to
Yeah!
our celebrity reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Lakers put on a show. He finished with 33 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. His performance will be a highlight in what has been a disappointing season for his team.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank.
Come on, man.
Had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase
Come
your
on, man.
stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Phoenix. T.J. Warren comes in for Knight. And then for Brooklyn, Young's checked in for Mahiney. J.Gar Sampson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Henderson for Vasquez. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Flash.
Come on.
Phoenix grabs the miss. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
And you know what? A shame that either team
Bro.
had to lose that game because you had to be
I'm gonna be
proud
taken out of the
the
game
way
right
they
now.
battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking. I mean, you hate to lose in OT.
Wait, who has the most points? Yeah, 7
No matter
points.
how
Okay, I got
hard
this.
you played, you want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
The Suns making a switch here. Chandler's checked in.
Hurry up, dude. I'm hitting X.
And in this second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Morris.
Brick.
Sinks that one from the post.
What the miss?
Morris has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Suns. Here's Flash, guarded by Bledsoe. Young passes to Flash. Puts up a three. That one goes. Count it. Flash has got 7 points in the game. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Here's Chandler. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Flash passes to Young. Here's Flash, guarded by Bledsoe. Young, a screen on Bledsoe. Flash,
oh, no.
Not enough on that one as it
trying to
misses.
pull Kobe.
Suns trail by 9. The pass to Porter.
Brick.
Takes a 3. They get the rebound.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
And that
one
by Henderson. Henderson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And Young slams it home.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 19-point game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots.
Here is Bledsoe.
Bro!
On the way in, and the bucket's good. Bledsoe's got 7 points in the game.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Flash
Come on.
He's
That's
been anything
gay.
but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Bledsoe outside.
Brick.
Porter in the corner. And a
Fact.
great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 3 assists now in this one. Flash.
Come
No
on,
good
dang
that
it.
last second attempt there. And that does it for the first.
Well, you've been consistently able to find
Yeah,
the
I
open
am.
man through the first 2 quarters. What have you seen that you've been able to exploit in this defense?
I'm too good for y'all. Yeah. What's going on, people?
And now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, how about all of the assists he's had already in the first half? Got his team a lot of easy baskets.
Yeah! Oh,
Greg,
can't stop
and he's
this.
not afraid to get rid of it early. That's what makes him such a great passer. He doesn't hold on to that thing. He finds the open guy right away.
Yeah,
And
dude.
Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Flash, he's in a point guard. Brooke Lopez is out there with Young. Then it's Henderson, and it's Sampson in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Flash. It's Henderson on the wing. Pass to Flash.
How's that
And he
not a
gets it to
foul?
go. Flash has got 11.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control,
Brick.
he's able to cancel it out.
Crap. Okay, that
Agreed.
was
The
on
body
me.
control essential
All right.
in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Come on.
Morris with
That's
the
a
rebound.
foul.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And the foul called on Freak.
That ain't no
That's
foul,
foul
you
number
freaking
2 for
retarded
him.
bum. Alright, let's get it.
Now let's take a look at some numbers here for Henderson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging about 7 points a game, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Here's Flash. And the layup's good off the
Yeah.
glass. Flash has got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
To the paint, here's Bledsoe.
Crap.
That's
Okay,
good.
you know
The
I'm going to
assist
stay
that
on
time
Eric
from
Bledsoe.
Knight. And
I'm gonna
11
stay on
points for Eric Bledsoe.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Henderson dishes to Lopez.
Bro, what was that?
Phoenix will take possession.
And that's just
What you
carelessness
doodle?
there. I mean, you have got to have your head.
I
And
have
the
a
Suns here
D.
with a different look. Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for Myers Leonard. Laverne comes in for Perry Jones.
That ball went through
Warren
me.
checked in
That
for
ball
Damian
went
Inglis.
through
And
me.
it's Otto Porter Jr.
I'm
in for
dead.
Eric
You know what?
Bledsoe. A
I'm
big group
carrying the
substitution here for Brooklyn. Young's checked in for Lopez. J.K. Sampson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Bogdanovich is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Flash is subbed in for Vasquez. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the
Oh
third.
my God.
Knight kicks to Porter. Out to the wing. And the foul called.
Oh my
on
God,
three.
that was no freaking
That's
foul,
his third
dude.
foul so far. Bonus
Frick.
situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two. The Suns have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Phoenix.
I'm dead.
Now, here is Knight. He's got 8, and that one
Yeah!
goes out of bounds. Last touch by Knight. Eight seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Flash.
Come
And
on, man.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything.
No, they ain't
Suns trail
catching
by
back.
12. A
ain't
moment
going
now
back.
to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All
Brick.
fueled up here for the
Come
fourth
on,
quarter.
man. You gotta block
And
that.
Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Chandler. Porter is out there with Brandon Knight. Then there's Warren. And it's Morris in at the power forward position. Unloads from 9.
Cash money,
and
let's
that
get it.
one's good. 6 points here for Thaddeus Young.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
You know, well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man, 'cause he looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Here's Warren after the basket by Brooklyn. Just 5 on the clock. The 15-footer, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Nets leading by 12. Flash passes to Mahimi. And stolen by Knight. And oh, here we go. Knight, nobody back. Misses
And he
from
still
short
misses.
range. And for Brooklyn, their shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Sampson, the pass to Flash.
Come on,
Can't get it to
bro.
go. Some solid defense from Knight. Another steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Pretty devastating, actually, to turn the ball over like that and surrender 2 more points.
Yeah, you can ill afford to make mistakes at this juncture. It might not be impossible to come back, but it just got all the more harder.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin.
And then for Phoenix, Jones comes in for T.J. Warren, and Porter subbed in for Brandon Knight. J.K. Sampson's checked in for Brooklyn. Flash comes in for Vasquez. Bledsoe dishes to Morris.
Bro, come on. Let's
He feeds
go.
it to Porter. Chandler with a screen for Bledsoe. Pass to Chandler. Shot's good.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Phoenix making some changes. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Perry Jones. And it's Brandon Knight in for Porter.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've gotten extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Flash passes to Lopez. Here's Flash. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bageled in the second.
Yeah.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nets.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers. There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Trying his luck deep. It's hauled in by the Suns.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Morris kicks to Chandler.
Brick!
No good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Brooklyn.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Yeah, you know, I thought the result might be a little different this time around, but clearly I was mistaken. And now they'll have to wait till next year for a shot at revenge.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Flash. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Fires the 3.
Yeah!
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
And there's not a lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
Yeah, boy, you already know I got 20 points. Let's get it. 0 rebounds, 10 assists, 8 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers. That was bad. That was terrible. That was... Yeah, boy. Can't beat me, no. That was actually really good.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
I bet I'm the Jordan.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. Freak. Double figures in both points and assists for the double-double that led the way tonight. He was their motor offensively and really got the team fired up.
8 steals for him in this win, guys. That's the stat of the night. That makes a lot of possessions he cut short with his feisty D. He made things difficult for the opponent every time they had the ball.
He was completely in sync with the whole team tonight. And you can see that in the assist numbers, which were spectacular, I might add. It's hard to imagine him having a better night passing the basketball. Man.
Did he just tell me I need to pass the basketball more?
In. Always a pleasure.
I had like
for
13 assists.
For Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
What is he talking about, my boy? Like, I cannot believe he just told me to pass more. I had 10 assists. 10 assists. I had a double-double. Let's get it. I wanted a triple-double, but no. Can't get everything I want. I could have a triple-double if I had 10 steals. I'm going to upgrade my character, get him to 70 overall. Be pretty set. 8,000. $400. Yeah, 70 overall. Killer crossover upgrade, please. Well, you just got dumped on. I need to upgrade my inside a little bit more. It's my off day, so I'm just gonna ride motorcycles. Oh, they're taking the L, boy. It's
the 2K Sports pregame show.
The L, boy. You already know.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Sacramento Kings in their house, Sleep Train Arena.
Okay, yeah,
guys,
it's their house,
Kings,
but
they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And for all those teams that have wrapped up playoff spots, Shaq, what can we expect from them strategically here at the end of the regular season?
Well, for the top team, Ernie, it becomes about securing home court advantage. You want to be peaking at the right time heading into the playoffs. We've seen a lot of teams, Ernie, start off strong. Where are they now?
Do you want rest if you're a frontline player? If you're a guy who's playing a lot, do you need some rest before the playoffs?
You know, a lot of people answer that question, and if you played more than 8 years.
Yeah, boy, you already know.
The state capitol building aglow in the night air of
Starting
Sacramento,
5,
California.
and I'm in starting 5 too. Let's get it.
We are in Sacramento, California, home for the Kings in an interconference basketball game here. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA.
Oh my God.
This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Taking a look at Brooklyn, these guys facing good ball clubs and will continue to over the upcoming stretch of games.
Don't go to haters, Bo. Let's get it. Already assist.
And they prove that they know how to beat this team. We saw that in the first meeting. Can they make it a clean sweep on the season series? We'll find out tonight.
Well, they come in, I think, with the confidence that they can do just that. Make it a sweep. I mean, I look for them to attack early and really try to take the mental advantage here, the psychological advantage here in the early going.
So the Nets starting 5. Flash in at point guard. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Giannis, and it's Brook Lopez. And it's Henderson in at the shooting guard. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Fast break, here they come.
Come on!
Jefferson can't hit. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Suns in Phoenix.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Here is Rondo, following the basket by Gerald Henderson. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Rondo. Thompson's got his first points in this one. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The Nets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. That free throw good from Flash. And so he hits both. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Poked loose. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Henderson, finished off the break. Henderson's got 6.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does.
In transition, here come the Nets. Jumps up, throws down the breakaway jam.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
That's why turnovers are so costly, because in many cases, they're indefensible once possession changes hands.
Here's Turner, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. And the
oh
shot
my God!
Nets leading by 3. Out of bounds.
Oh my God!
What an asset to a team. When you've got big men who can knock down free throws, look here at the top centers and power forwards in terms of free throw percentage this season. 4th, Brook Lopez.
That is a very confident group of players.
Oh my God, dude! Come on,
Brook.
Brook.
Struggle there as some of
God,
their
he was
brothers
right there in front of your
in the
face.
big
You're
man
gonna let him
fraternity
do
have.
you like that,
Well,
dude?
you know, I want to be careful about making a blanket statement here. There are a lot of big guys who are really steady at the line. This group proves that size is not a hindrance when it comes to free throw prowess.
Here's Rondo following the basket by Freak. It's Gay on the way. Cousins with a screen for Gay. Takes a big height bounce and goes in.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Flash. 20 points for him last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
And here's Rondo. Following the three-pointer by Freak. Gay sets the pick for Rondo. There's the dish to Turner. 6 on the shot clock. Baseline J on the way. Lopez grabs the board.
No doubt he's struggling right now
Oh
from
my
the field.
God!
Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter. And that's
Freaking
just
butt, bro.
carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Nets, Mahinmi comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Vasquez in for Gerald Henderson. That's good. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Nets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Vasquez dishes to Mahinmi. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play.
Let's go.
Mahimi's got his first 2 points of the night. The Kings trail by 6. Screen by Cousins. Collison kicks to Cousins. And they double up Cousins. Thompson passes to Turner. And it's off from three-point range. So for the Kings, they come in off the loss to Indiana.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing, just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it.
I'm just
All
racking
their
up
offense
assists.
went to pot. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Gay dishes to Cousins, and he gets it to go. Cousins has got 7.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Young in the corner. The pass to Flash. Rebound by the Kings. And Turner kicks to Gay. Dishes it to Cousins. No luck.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong.
And now the second quarter. Marcus Cousins. He's checked in for Cauley Stein. Robinson comes in for Terrence Jones. Turner's checked in for Rudy Gay. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Darren Collison. So for Brooklyn now, Flash, he's in at point guard. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then it's Henderson, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 spot.
Yeah!
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Suns was superb. He had 20 points, and he was a thief out there as well, adding a hefty amount of steals to his totals. His performance just another outstanding outing that has become more and more common for him.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal.
How's that even a foul?
On another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Robinson. Out to Turner. From the arc. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Nets leading by 7. Here's Henderson, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be
Oh my God, my dude's been gay, dude. Come on.
Specifically, why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
And Rondo drops them both.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
Flash. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Oh my God!
They don't come much better or easier than that. It's not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
For Sacramento, they have gone 6 of 8.
Please take me out of the game. Thank God.
Gentlemen, over.
Oh my God. We're up by 3. God, before I got taken out of the game, we were up by like 12. God. I'm gonna request a trade.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway. Substitution on the court. Terrence Jones comes in for Tristan Thompson, and it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. They've got Cauley Stein. Jones is out there with Rudy Gay. And there's Collison. And it's Turner in a 2-guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
No.
Gay passes to Turner.
Okay, no. That's not how it's about to work. As soon as I get the ball.
Hey, guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points.
That ain't how it works.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Now here's Turner.
Come on, Steph
The foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Kings have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line. That free throw, no good.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today. And unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
Down low. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket. And don't let them set up the defense.
Nets leading by 6. Here's Flash. 14 points for him. Pass to Sampson. Feeds to Mahimi. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Flash. The Nets need to get a shot off here.
Assist!
No problems knocking that one down. Mahimi's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation.
Bro,
Sometimes
I'm dead.
When you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Here's Flash. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Collison up top. Gay right side. Rebound Brooklyn. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
Yeah, those are good points you make, Greg, but I also like the discipline they played with. The other guys, maybe a bit careless. But that really was the story. One team was composed and disciplined, and the other side was careless.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Took him no time at all on that one. 21 points for Freak. The Kings trail by 13.
Come on, 21. 21, 21, 21.
There's 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The drive by Collison. Here's Cauley Stein. Sampson pulls it in.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Right wing. Here's Flash, sinks the three-pointer. Flash has got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Nets.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists in the game.
Damn, I took that bitch. Have a double-double right now. Let's get it.
With the fourth quarter. Some changes for Sacramento. Robinson comes in for Lance Stevenson, and it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. And a change for the Nets.
Assist! Let's go!
So for Brooklyn now, Flash, he's in at the point. Young is out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Henderson, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward position. Now here's Collison. And the foul.
Oh my God, that was not a freaking foul.
That's his
Shut
5th
up.
foul.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him. I mean, my goodness, he can't stay out of the way of fouls.
And the Kings making a change here. Turner's checked in. Here's Turner. Here's Cousins. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
And Thompson kicks to Collison. The screen from Thompson.
I don't want to foul one more time.
Cousins dishes to Thompson. Lopez
Damn.
with the block. They recover.
Ah.
It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Turner.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Here's Flash.
Come
Off the
on!
mark there with the three-point shot. The Kings shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good
Bricks.
looks. Good chance here for Turner.
Oh.
Good, and the assist
Taking
goes
it
to
back.
Collison.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime? Much more effective here in the second half.
What the?
Offensive rebound. Pass to Flash. Tries a 3. The
Oh
shot
my
is
God,
off.
come on!
And the Kings with possession. They trail by 7. A
Back!
finish, and
Oh my
Turner
God. Okay, you know what?
finishes it off.
Nah.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might
Shoot
have
that!
got the
And
feeling.
one! No!
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question
Assist.
about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good
They
call
don't give
by
me
the
an assist
official.
for that? What the fuck?
Second one is
That's
good.
BS.
Being both at the line, and it's a
Bro, why are
7-point
you
game.
coming time out,
And
bro?
that will
You
add
already
to
know
a
we
healthy
won.
lead after that trip to the free throw line.
After this game, I'm gonna like make my favorite player with different.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. We can't let up now. If we stay and make a few plays, we'll be right back in it. His message was clear. Stay the course, Kevin.
Well, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Some changes for Sacramento. Terrence Jones is checked in for Cousins. Thomas Robinson comes in for Tristan Thompson. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Rudy Gay. Then for the Nets, McCullough's checked in for Young. J.K. Sampson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Bogdanovich in for Gerald Henderson.
I don't want to. Hey, they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great...
What?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Come
I mean, they came
on,
away
that's
empty, but they got the look they wanted, and
Brick.
really, I like the movement.
Come on,
and
I'm
communication.
going to get 30 points. Let's go.
I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
It's stolen by Jones.
If he makes it, I'm dead. Okay. Let's go! Another dunk! Let's get it. Yeah.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
He made a big impact with his three-point shooting. 12. That's right. 12 of his points came from beyond the arc. He really allowed them to stretch out the defense and open up the floor for driving lanes as well.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille...
Well, that was a good game. That was a great game, to be honest with you. I'm gonna change up my character. My player stats. I want to trade. Give me a trade right now. What? Oh my gosh. I want to go to the freaking Timberwolves. My minutes. I want to make my minutes go up. I'm just kidding. I actually have a good amount of minutes right now. Man. Here, let me shoot right quick. Like that three-pointer. Yeah, I like this jump shot a lot. Alright. I'm gonna change up my character right quick and then... and then we'll get back into the game. My player. Yeah. When you change that. Kobe. Bry. Yeah, boy. Favorite team, skin tone. I can change up that hair a little bit. Yeah, I like that hair. Facial hair. Gotta change that up. Yeah. I'm not doing that. Accept changes and return. That actually looks pretty good. I'm not mad about that. Okay. Can you hurry up, please? Please. I said please. 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 Thank you. already know that they're gonna take the L.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Neil O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith.
Wait, who invited me to Fortnite?
Angeles Clippers. Well, for the
Why don't you
Clippers,
show
they've
him?
gone
I'm
4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And while we have a moment here, another discussion topic. Shaq, you are one of the most physical players the league has ever seen. Who would you say right now are the league's most physical players?
Sorry to correct you, Ernie. Not one of the most, the most. But anyway, Ernie,
you're not sorry to correct me. You take great pleasure in correcting.
And one of the most humblest.
Elbow sandwich, that's right. So let me go, Ernie. Let's see. Point guards, how about Russell Westbrook? Shooting guards, I'm going to go with maybe D. Wade or Lance Stevenson.
Okay.
I thought they were going to say who the fuck?
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Los Angeles, the home of the Clippers, the Staples Center. This homestand ends here for the Clippers as they get ready to hit the road. They are definitely a team in the bubble in the West, 9th place and vying for contention.
And they're 1-0 against them this season. And this is the final matchup, so a little bit of extra incentive tonight, knowing
bro, don't you start that balance shit
for the season sweep.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, whether it's 2 games or 20, you'd love to go unblemished against any opponent over the course of a season. Of course, the opposite is just as true. Getting swept.
There's so
no
many
fun at
shooters
all.
on this.
We got a chance
team.
here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go
Go!
for this one. And
Yeah!
Brooklyn looking who they've got. Bryant in at point guard. Brooke Lopez is out there with Young. Then it's Henderson, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 slot. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Back to Paul.
Bruh!
And it's good.
My
He
freaking
planted his
team, my own
feet on the
teammate set a
deck and
screen on me.
peeled the
Are
defender
you
off.
serious?
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the
Come
case,
on, that's
you can
gay.
mark those up for him.
Brooklyn on defense. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
No,
They got beat last time
Blake,
these
you ain't
two
about to
teams
start that
met,
crap.
and really, free throws were the story.
Yeah, you know, that differential jumps off the page to me, and whether it's more disciplined defense or more aggressive offense, they've got to look to flip that script.
Come on,
tonight.
how did that not go in? I was wide open.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Doc Rivers. After taking the first matchup with them, he wants his team to be even more assertive on the offensive end. He told me, I feel we can have our way on offense. Get them into matchups that they don't like and find points that way. It's what helped in our first meeting. Let's see if they can do it again here, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And guys, the focus being on the offensive side of things, they
Okay.
obviously don't
Okay,
want to
no.
let their defensive guard down, so to speak, can they?
No, they're still going to have to be
No!
sharp on the defensive side.
Oh my
of the
God,
floor.
there's
It's
too
just
many
that getting
freaking
into a
shooters.
rhythm offensively is going to be the main focus here
Damn
early
team.
on.
I'm with you on that
God,
mindset,
just
but
wait
it
until we
does
go against
leave
the
the door
freaking
open for them to be
Warriors.
taken advantage of at the defensive end.
Back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range, trading blows from behind the arc.
Now here's Griffin.
Oh my
19
God.
points in the win against Dallas.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
The 3 from Bryant. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Paul dishes to Reddick. Jordan kicks to Paul. Takes the 13-footer. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor.
Yeah,
Something
boy.
I'm sure they are making a point of this.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
And that one's good. Griffin.
A delicious
White
dime
better
from
get
Chris Paul
freaking.
there.
Oh my God, dude. You better calm him down.
Outside Bryant. Here's the three. Good. Bryant's got 9.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
It's stolen by Bryant. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands.
Yeah, let's go.
At that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
But they ain't getting past me, buddy.
And now look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. Best, the Nets.
And this is the kind of shooting these teams would love to have all season long. I mean, they've both been on a tear here of late.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Mike Scott comes in for Blake Griffin. And Udrich in for J.J. Redick.
Come on, don't foul.
And for Brooklyn, Mahinmi's checked in for Lopez. J.K. Sampson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Vasquez in for Gerald Henderson.
2 shots.
Dang hits them both. Here is Bryant. He had 28 points in the win against Sacramento.
Oh!
And don't forget his unbelievable steal total in that game.
Rookie breaking
almost
ankles,
to
bro.
the point they didn't want to bring the ball up the floor.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the miss by Freak. Scott with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Oh my God. And that was a 2. Let's go.
54 seconds left to play in the first. Bryant passes to Mahinmi. From beyond the arc.
Yeah!
And the bucket on the assist from Thaddeus Young. That's 12 points for Freak.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Here's Udrich. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Come on,
Bryant
dude, that's
can't get that one to fall. Now here's Paul. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. Ahead, Sampson dishes to Bryant. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Bryant's got 14 points.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Well, if you like offense, that...
Grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach.
You know, watching him kind of go.
Well, talking about Los Angeles, we'll go for a different look here. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Hansbrough. Mike Scott comes in for Luol Deng. Beno Udrich, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Paul in for Langston Galloway. And then for Brooklyn, McCullough's checked in for Mahinmi. Henderson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Bryant in for Vasquez. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Udrich out there with Chris Paul. And it's Scott in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. McCullough, good.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Dang it, I don't want the freaking ball. I want
in the last
assists.
matchup against the Kings played some outstanding basketball. He ended with 28 points and seemed to be seeing the action in slow motion, piling up a huge amount of assists. Just numbers that really jump out at you in a box score.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
Again, the miss by Bryant.
Well, after that great first quarter from outside, he's cooled down here.
Griffin kicks to Jordan. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
No hesitation at all on that alley-oop. Saw his teammate with the path to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And you know what, though? I like the fact that he still chose that conservative finish there. Just
and one.
sure he got the deuce. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
It's stolen by Bryant. Here's Henderson. Flushes it down to finish the break.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And he jams it with authority.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
There's the pick. Scott the pass to Udrich. 5 to shoot. With the teardrop. Brooklyn with the rebound. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition.
No!
Young's shot is off.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And so we wrap up.
Well, thank you, Kep.
I think I'm doing pretty good on assists and steals and.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Bryant. He's got 16 points and 7 big steals, too.
And we're seeing him at his very best today. Just really a joy to watch.
Oh,
well, I know I'm thoroughly enjoying it because he's amazing when he's on top of his game like this.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5
Come on.
for Paul
What?
Westphal.
What?
Bryant,
What?
he's
What?
in at the point.
What?
Young out there with Brooke Lopez. Then it's Henderson. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward position. And so here are the Clippers. Down by 15. It's stolen by Bryant.
Guys, you keep trying to force the issue. Take the D head on. Sometimes it backfires, and that's been the case for him. He's trying to do too much. Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc.
Look at that jam. Wow. I mean, just
Let's
beautiful.
go.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia.
2,500 fans, let's get it.
Well, games so often come down to free throws, and when that's the case, these are the players you want at the line. The best free throw shooting 2 guards in the NBA. You take a look at Redick, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
You know, he's just the guy you do not want to send to the line. I mean, defenders always have to think twice about initiating contact with him because of that percentage.
And that makes attacking the basket a very appealing option for him. I mean, he doesn't have to live and die by the jump shot. He can drive the lane and dare the defense to come at him.
Bryant dishes to Lopez. And it's blocked by Jordan. Paul against Bryant. Paul kicks to Jordan. Redick for three. Brooklyn with the rebound. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. And that concludes this long 6-game road trip. The three from Bryant. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Paul. Lopez with the block. Nets leading by 18. Hollis Jefferson passes to Bryant. Sinks the triple.
Yeah.
Bryant's got 7 points here in this quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams. Shaped and baked with the crossover move, and that's what freed him for the score.
And got him on the wrong foot and then just flew by him.
And there's a foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. The Nets have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. The first free throw is good. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Mike Scott comes in for Hansbrough. Beno Udrih, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And Paul subbed in for Langston Galloway. And a new group in for the Nets. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Lopez. J.K. Sampson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Bryant in for Vasquez. Paul with the bucket.
Now that was pretty. A beautiful move to set up the jump shot.
Outside Bryant. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall. And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Paul with the ball. We've got Mike Scott. J.J. Redick is out there with Griffin. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Udrih in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor.
Yeah!
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Now here's Griffin, guarded closely. And the wide open shot from Redick. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
And Bryant kicks to Sampson. Back to Bryant. For the 3, and that one's good.
Boy!
Bryant's got 26 points.
And he got loose from the 3-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
Here's Young. Finished off the break. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And finished off by Bryant.
And a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball. On the attack,
won this.
Full throttle. I love it.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Udrih dishes to Paul. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Bryant with it. Chris Paul covering. Fades away. Bryant can't get it to go. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Paul kicks to Udrih. The offensive rebound. And Blake Griffin again.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Bryant against Paul. Screen by Young. Bryant passes to Young. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Bryant.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Clippers. Deng comes in for Beno Udrih. Then for the Nets, Brook Lopez is checked in for Mahina. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Jakar Sampson. And it's Vasquez in for Gerald Henderson. Nets leading by 20. Vasquez with it. He's picked up by Paul. The three from Bryant. The long distance three is buried. Bryant's got 15 points here in the second half. Okay, time now for an injury report.
He told me that it doesn't look too serious. If he were to miss some time, it would be a very tough loss for his team down the final stretch of this season. They're hoping that doesn't happen, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Paul Westphal was discussing with his players. He focused on their offense and said to his guys, make the extra pass. Don't try to play hero ball and do it by yourself. That ends up leading to bad shots. Gentlemen, some late game adjustments that could prove crucial in the game's closing moments. Kevin, over to you.
Let's go.
Thank you, Doris.
Come on. Green.
Oh, free throws good from Bryant. Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Paul against Bryant. Griffin a screen on Bryant. That's tipped. It's stolen by Bryant. And here's the fast break. Bryant leading the way. Shoots a three. Shot is off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Paul outside. The kick out to Dang. Launches a three. Brooklyn with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Bryant with it. He's picked up by Dang. Puts up a three.
Come on.
Bryant can't get it to go. The Clippers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets leading by 22. The shot is good. Bryant's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players. Everything was spot on.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
What?
Boy, I like the way they responded and made adjustments from their first meeting this year, which they lost, and came out tonight with a mission to finish off with a 1-1 season record against the Clippers.
And what a huge standout.
No, I was a guy that left the
performance
parties
for
from,
Bryant.
but he's not
What
in the
more
party anymore.
can you really
Said
ask
he
of a
was.
guy? I mean, when you come
But I
out
saw
and
you
get
guys
a
need one
triple-double,
more.
making
And none of my friends
contributions
are
all
honest.
over the place.
Now the Clippers moving it up.
I was hoping.
Paul with the ball, picked up by Bryant. And the foul.
You're playing what?
And so it's Brooklyn easily.
Okay, let's go. Bro, let's
2K
go.
Sports
Let's
post-game show.
Let's go! Dang, I wanted a 40 points, but
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He put up a new season high tonight. And if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
I know Freak's going to have a lot of people back home in Harlem. Extreme.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal.
yeah, boy. Pickpocket. Let's get it. Yeah. Bro, I did great that game. I don't know what y'all talking about. I did great that game. I don't know what well,
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The regular season on its last legs. We can almost from here. Kenny, how do they taste?
Wait, hold on. Ooh, it tastes like chicken.
bruh.
Barbecue chicken?
Oh, yeah.
And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Brooklyn Nets. Looking at the Nets, they continue to pile up the wins. Only one loss in weeks. They expect to win every time they take the court. Now, if you want to see a stat sheet stuffer, you're going to want to keep your eyes on Freak in this one. He's been putting up a number of double-doubles in this recent outing, Shaq.
You know, Freak knows that he can do more than just be a scorer on this team. You know, he's a great passer. He's a great leader, especially for a young guy.
Thanks, Shaq. Thanks, Shaq.
We are live from Amway Center for an Eastern Conference contest with the Magic in Orlando. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Noche Latina, the NBA's celebration of the Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. And the Nets head back to Brooklyn after today's contest. In second to last place in the East, nothing's come easy for them this season.
Oh my
And
God,
they've got some additional incentive today. The season series is knotted up at one apiece, this being the deciding game. And Clark, what do you think's going to go down?
Well, I tell you what, Greg, regardless of the season series count, you already know that both of these squads are coming out slugging. I mean, they're competitive. They know each other. Familiarity breeds contempt. So if you ask me, we're in for one of those knockdown, drag-out battles.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Bryant in the point guard. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then it's Henderson, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward position. Here is Bryant. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. This one for three. And there's Bryant. That's good on the assist by Henderson. Bryant's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Payton kicks to Oladipo. On the wing, Harris. And it goes as the official calls the foul.
Come on.
He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Now, here is Young. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
For Orlando, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Bryant, that's for 2. The shot is off. The Magic go the other way with it. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets, and they came away with a win.
And the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively,
Yeah.
disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
And here is Payton following the three-pointer by Freak. And now Bryant pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And he gets it to go.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Payton against Bryant. Shot to stop the run. Vucevic to the pass to Harris. Payton left side. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Gordon.
Rick.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And Bryant gets it to go.
This looks like a three-game shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Yeah, come on. I'm doing great right now. I only have 2 assists, though. I need to get my
let's
assists
see
up.
which big men have had the softest touch lately with this look at them.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of...
Hang on, guys. Fucking faggots.
Power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Yeah, and you've got to have a mix of options if you're going to shoot a high percentage like these guys do. You've got to be able to establish good position, and then you've got to have a nice feel around the bucket with both hands.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Bryant. Mahimi with it, picked up by Harris. Bryant. That doesn't go either for Bryant.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
In transition, here come the Nets. And here we go. Hollis Jefferson, good. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And Orlando has possession. After the basket by Brooklyn. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Oladipo's got it back down to within single digits for the Magic.
A lot of space right there to get that shot.
Oh!
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Vasquez. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Feeds it to Harris. Young with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets.
And one.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. McCullough's checked in for Young.
Mom,
and
I need
Jabbar
some
Sampson
assists.
subbed in for Hollis Jefferson.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
To the middle. It's tipped. It's stolen by Mahimi. And here we go. All alone. And it's good on the way in. Sampson's got his first bucket of the night.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty
on,
ugly so far, no doubt about that.
The Magic trail by 16. Outside, Lynn. And the foul call.
Come on, no, I cannot start fouling. Nope.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Vucevic. Tobias Harris comes in for Hizanya. Oladipo, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Jeremy Lin. The backcourt is Payton and Oladipo. Harris and Gordon, the athletic forward pair. That's who's out there for Orlando. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Clippers was superb. He had 37 points, and that was just the start of it. Not
Come
just
on!
a double for his effort in what was quite a display from him. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a
yeah! Come on,
and
assist.
thank you,
Let's
Doris.
go.
It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
What am I doing?
I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe.
Oh my
of
God,
what he
my
was able to do.
freaking
Just
dude.
absolutely.
That
Oh,
up.
I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
And here is Bryant after the three-pointer from Victor Oladipo. It's taken away by Payton. And the foul called on
Oh
Freak.
my God!
That's foul number 2 for him. C.J. Watson. He's checked in for Elfrid Payton. Watson kicks to Oladipo. To the inside. Another shot. Brooklyn with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success.
Yeah,
from the floor. I mean,
boy.
they just hit big shots time and time again.
Okay, I
Yeah,
need more
just
assists.
the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Here's Oladipo following the basket by Brook Lopez. On the wing, Harris dishes it to Watson. 6 to shoot. And it's off from three-point range. The Orlando Magic come into this one after the win against the Knicks in New York.
Come
And
on,
in that
pass
game,
so I
guys,
can get a
I mean, the
freaking
beneficiary
assist.
of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Here's Watson following the basket by Brook Lopez. And Oladipo, here
Frick.
we go.
What? He
Harris
played
with
great
15 out.
defense. What the fuck was that?
Oladipo's got 10 points in the quarter.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Over the last month, let's see how the Magic performed in the NBA statistics. Was per game. 9th in opponent points per game. And they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good. Not too bad.
And call me crazy, but I really believe turnovers are one of those game-changing stats. Their
Yeah!
ability to avoid those miscues and make the
Boy,
right play
let's get it.
consistently has been tremendously important.
Don't leave my dude open.
It's stolen by Bryant. Here's the break.
Who?
Ahead.
Assist.
That athleticism
Yeah.
and that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And now Bryant pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Here's Harris. After the basket by Brooklyn, Bryant comes for the double team. Watson's shot is good.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Get the ball inside.
And Bryant kicks to Lopez. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Henderson pulls it in. Nets leading by 18.
Got it. Get the ball inside.
The feed now to Bryant. Passes to Henderson. Lopez sets a screen for Henderson. The three from Bryant. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
It's stolen by Bryant. Henderson, no one around him. And it would have
Come
counted
on,
had it fallen,
sis.
but it's offline. A dominating first.
Well, what a great job you did, both moving the ball and passing it and scoring it. What has been the key for you to this point?
I don't even. Oh my God. only 6'1", I'm short.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Bryant. He has 20 points and 7 big steals, too. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there.
Truly, they have no answer for him at all.
Well, we've got a moment left set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Brooklyn now, Bryant, he's in at point guard. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Young. Then it's Brook Lopez, and it's Henderson in at the 2 guard. Here is Bryant. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket.
Nope.
He's been
okay, fuck that shit, no.
Harris has got 4 this quarter.
Fuck.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here's Bryant. 20 points for him. And Young kicks to Henderson. On the wing, Bryant. Money from the wing. Bryant's got 22.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Gordon with a screen on Bryant. The shot by Payton. The wide open look here for Vucevic.
Come on! Damn, Book! Come on!
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
The dish now to Henderson.
And there we go!
Henderson's got 9 points.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
The Magic trail by 19.
Help! Oh, I thought that was a foul. I was looking pissed.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Paul Westphal address his team. He said to them, goal number 1 is to drive the lane and put pressure on them inside. That's where he wants their scoring to come from. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one.
How? How the
Thanks a lot, Doris. And the foul called on Freak. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Orlando making a change here. Snell's checked in. Kicks to Vucevic. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Vucevic has got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Lopez a screen.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Bryant. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. The Magic trail by 19. Snell dishes to Lynn. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Snell, no good.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
And Bryant gets it to go.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Now, here's Vucevic. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. And here's Bryant for 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passes.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a...
Nets leading by 19 points. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
What?
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
Payton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. Harris at the 4, Vucevic in the middle. And it's Hezonja in at the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. Good ball movement here by the Magic. And Vucevic kicks to Oladipo. Shot is no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
No,
Bryant
come on.
can't get it to go. Orlando's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Payton with the ball, picked up by Bryant. Here's Hezonja. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Bryant up top, covered by Peyton. Henderson passes to Bryant. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Magic trail by 16. Vucevic a screen on Lopez. Here's Harris. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Got it. Very, very well done.
And that is good. 30 points for Freak.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Harris a screen on Bryant. Peyton dishes to Harris. Brooklyn with the rebound. Lopez has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Bryant. The long distance
Yeah.
three is good. Bryant's got 33 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And the rejection by Mahimi.
You got it. Let's get the ball
Henderson
inside.
kicks to Bryant. He dishes it to Henderson.
Cavs,
The
let's
Nets for
go.
2. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Pass to Azania. Got a piece of it. Anderson with it.
Jump ball, no!
And so here's Orlando. And the foul called on Freak. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
The Magic making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Hollis Jefferson's
I gotta
checked
get
in
40
for
points.
Brooklyn.
I didn't get it last time. I gotta get this game. Hurry up. Pass.
Brooklyn leading by 19 points. The drive by Bryant.
Oh
And a
my
foul
God.
on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Brooklyn.
Fuck.
Nets on defense. Here's Gordon. It's deflected.
Yeah!
But they recover it. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Peyton against Bryant.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Can't get it to fall.
Those are
No.
chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Lopez. Great D that time from Vucevic.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Bryant drives in, and that one's good. Bryant's got 9 points in the quarter.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at.
What are you saying?
Feeding the fire.
He had the defender all over us.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And he knocks down the first one.
Oh my
And
God.
so it's
He keeps
Brooklyn
on taking
East.
me out before I can get the free. Oh my God. Yeah.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
You have so many points.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along
Hey,
with
y'all.
Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Just an unreal performance for him. And so
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope
Peace out.